Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right. I am John Palacio.
And I'm Marlene Cuellar, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so very much for joining us this morning. It's always a great time when we could sit together, have great conversation, myself, Marlene, and of course, you. I always say, Mar, that without you, this is not possible. So thank you so very much for joining us.
Of course, and it is a Thursday, Friday today.
Oh, yes, it is indeed. You know, a lot of people will eventually, today is Thursday, Friday. Indeed.
I don't think anybody needs a reminder.
You don't think so?
I don't think there's anybody walking around right now who's
you'd be surprised.
Realizing it's the end of the week. And you know what? Good news too. You're not going to be stepping out if you're in Belize City. You're not going to be stepping out in rain. I've been fighting with the umbrella getting to work every morning. This morning I didn't have to.
Yeah, the same thing I was thinking when I woke up. I was like, okay, I wonder if the rain at the air. Oh, that Alaska. That's what I was hearing. Then I tilt the window a little, and of course I didn't see any drizzling or anything like that. So I was like, okay, it's going to be a great day. So much so, Mar, I said, I shouldn't trust the weather. I eventually put on a socks we have rain more. That's serious. It's that serious.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's a beautiful morning out. And Mara, I'd like to say it's the morning after the big anniversary.
Right.
Oh my goodness, we had some cake, we had champagne. I'm so blessed to be a part of this team. I'm so blessed to be a part of the 13th anniversary of Open Your Eyes.
Yeah, champagne at 8 a.m. Don't recommend it. But when it's an early morning show, we fit in what we can then.
What about cake?
Cake I'll take anytime.
Uh-huh.
Right? Cake works for me. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. But I have a fabulous sweet tooth that is happy when we have cake.
Wow.
But I do think, in looking back, people were talking about just all that we have done in 13 years.
Yeah.
It was really. I was telling the team, because they really put a lot of work in behind the scenes in getting those clips together.
Mm-hmm.
I saw some of those images that they rolled up, and I was like, wow, I forgot that even happened. When we talked about things like the 19th.
Yeah.
One of the staples of the show in the early years was doing the Yurume live from Dangriga, which was always a very fascinating experience.
Indeed.
One, because there's Yurume and then there's Yurume in Dangriga,
yes.
which is
two different things, yeah.
So when you set up for a morning show and you're going live from Dangriga, where, let's be honest, everybody's been partying all night long. You have a very interesting audience.
Mm-hmm. But you're right. Yurume here, Yurume there. It's not like a Yurume in Dangriga. No, it's a lot of action. And you've got the choice, though. And that's the great thing about the spread of the Garifuna people across Belize, because you are able to enjoy it at different magnitude, I'd like to say. I could always reflect on what it was like growing up in Punta Gorda and going to the Yurume there. It was more, for me,
more spiritual,
more traditional. You have to use a dory, because the Battle of the Drum Secretariat put in place a great a great forward to it. You've got to register, you've got to be original, you have to, and then in Griga, it's like, oh my goodness, we're so happy that we're able to celebrate what we are as Garifuna people, our struggles as Garifuna people. And that's one of the things about celebrating Garifuna. It's all about the celebration of life.
And we haven't seen it in 2 years, in a year.
In a year.
2020 and
not 2020,
next. But I was thinking of that yesterday, because I said to myself, Dangriga comes to life for the 19th.
Yeah. They're always on life, trust me.
True, but it becomes a destination that people flock to. And we talk about the pandemic so often, about economic impact in so many places. But there are events like this that you can definitely I can think of how businesses there look forward to the 19th every year.
Yeah.
Hotels are usually booked out.
Fully.
People have their food stalls up. They generate an income just from this weekend, and they've not been able to do that. Not last year, not this year, and what how that impacts them as well.
Indeed, you're totally right, because while this is celebration time, it's also an income generating time for the Garifuna communities, like I'd say throughout the country. Because what we do, like Garifuna people, what we do, especially if we live in the diaspora, what we do is that we come on home and we want to celebrate within our municipalities. So this definitely would have been one of those big times for Garifuna communities throughout the country. Like you mentioned though, more so in Dangriga, there is a big parade. Here, Super G-Sang, don't call my phone on the 19th morning. Don't feel no way. I'm not hiding. Just follow the music and you will find me. This is Super G-Sang because how nice it is when it comes to Griga. The shot you're seeing on the screen right now is your May reenactment in Dangriga, and boats after boat after boat. They're not playing. And even they watch boat, they come. That's to tell you how good it is. That's to tell you how good it is in Dangriga, with all the flags flying and the colors, black, white, and yellow. Mar, I am a proud Belizean. I'm a proud Belizean Garifuna, or Garifuna Belizean. Nugoya, ow.
Yes, I remember that one. I can translate that one. I have limited, I know, of course, who doesn't know Buiti Bunafi?
Buiti Bunafi.
Exactly.
Then, of
Sereme.
Course, Sereme. Then, if you'd like to say good afternoon or good evening, it's Buiti Rambaweyu.
Okay.
And if you'd like to say good night, and you know the song from Andy Palacio, Samu de Guyon, which is Saturday night. So the word night is Guyon.
Guyon.
Yes, Guyon. Buit Guyon. Good night. When you go to a pageant, Buit Guyon Nuduhayo. Good night, my people.
All right. We're getting into language school now. All right, get your pens and pencils ready. We're going to start with pronunciation, because that's key as well in the language.
Indeed.
I mean, I really do think of just how much we learn every time this day comes around, from being able to translate things like the theme. Yeah. And so, it's Garifuna Settlement Weekend. We do hope that people, clearly, we are dressed for the occasion.
Yep,
I see you got on your dashiki.
How you mean around time?
There's so much, and we got food coming up, because that's what we all look forward to for Garifuna Settlement Day.
Indeed.
And speaking of holidays, it's interesting yesterday, because the Minister of Home Affairs, Karim Musa, brought some clarification as to the recent change in the name of the October 12th holiday.
Yes.
When it was announced a few weeks ago that, in fact, we would celebrate October 12th next year, not as Columbus Day, as we had taken it out this year, but as Dia de las Razas.
De las Razas, yes.
It is now being called the Day of Indigenous Resistance. And so it is interesting. He kind of says that he wasn't a part of the naming, and they came back and they addressed it, because there were some concerns being talked about there. So I know for Emancipation Day we had this conversation that there has to be some education around these new holidays, helping people understand why we will celebrate, or why we've started to celebrate these particular days, and what it means for us.
Indeed. I think the country is grateful for clarity as to why it has been changed. October 10th being Indigenous Peoples Resistance Day, and that is in lieu of the Wednesday, October 12th weekend. One of the things about our country, Marlene, is that we've done a lot of fighting in terms of, or resistance in terms of what we don't want as a people. We're a strong people. We're a strong nation. And it brings forth, especially with historical account, it brings forth a lot of things to think about. And, there are so many things that we would want to be put in place, and people might not understand why these things are actually being put in place. But you have to look back at our history as a country. At the onset of the pandemic, I spoke about a part of Belizean history that will go down into the books as well, whereby, things have happened that we didn't expect to, but the people try to fight back against it. Yeah. And these holidays come around because of things like that. The fight that you put in, the passion that you've got as a cultural person, the passion that you've got for your country. So when these things are put in place, yes, you're right to ask the question. It is totally your right. But at the same time, it's good to actually do some reading. It's good to understand why things are being put in place. And as long as you do, then of course it comes across as smoother to swallow. That's how I feel about this.
And just speaking of one more day of celebration or commemoration, it always happens that because we commemorate Garifuna Settlement Day, which we're happy to do, that we don't get to do the type of celebration that we want to do for International Children's Day, which is November 20th. It is celebrated around the world. You know, we ensure Belize does have a Children's Day nationally that we celebrate in March, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
March, around March.
I may be wrong. I'm pretty.
You're close.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. All right, but I do know International Children's Day, which is November 20th, and so. I know a lot of schools actually are putting together special activities this morning. This morning, my niece called me and she said, "Tia Marley, it's Children's Day." So I must not forget to say Happy Children's Day to all the little ones across the country.
Indeed.
And there is going to be some commemoration of Universal Children's Day. There is the Children's Parliament that's going to be taking place on Saturday.
Yes.
And it's been a few years since we've had the last Parliament. And I remember just how exciting the conversation was in the House. They did not hold back. Those young people came prepared to really give a voice to what they were thinking, seeing, and feeling at that time. And I'm really interested to see what's going to pan out on Saturday. So there's going to be a special sitting of the House of Representatives.
On Saturday.
And this time, some of our most brilliant minds will be filling those seats.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it indeed. When they do that, it's a reenactment of what things are in the House of Representatives. But then again, it prepares our children for the future as to how they carry themselves in the House. So there we go. What you're seeing on the screen is actually what it's like when these kids are actually in the House. Check them out. Yeah.
Looking sharp.
Happy Children's Day, man.
Lots of equal representation happening there. This is exemplary of what we'd want to see.
Yeah.
And they go through quite a bit of training to learn the protocols.
Oh, before they get on there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
And in preparing their presentations, what they're allowed to do, not allowed to do. Usually, I know the last time they did have some of the parliamentarians work with them as well.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday, the Governor General posted the person who is representing her. So it is going to be a fantastic occasion. We encourage you to check it out. They are honest and they're upfront and they have a perspective about what they feel is taking place in our country. And so I am looking forward to hearing it. It will be streaming, of course, on our Facebook page.
Yes.
And we have a special edition of Open Your Eyes on Saturday, live from the National Assembly.
What?
As we hear from some of the participants themselves.
Okay, there we go. That's
So we'll
the
have
way it
a
is.
Children's Day, Children's Parliament special edition on Saturday. So you can check that out. It'll be live on Channel 5 and streaming on our Facebook as well.
We're looking forward to that. And I'd like to point out one more day. Tomorrow being Garifuna Settlement Day, tomorrow is also being celebrated, or will be celebrated as International Men's Day as well. And it's, there are forums. I think there are a few things that will be going on to actually celebrate and where men could actually take part in. I was actually watching one of the clips that we aired last night with Alter, who plays a big role in that. And making mention of how to work on marriages and how men could be, better. I might use the word rung, but utilize themselves within the household.
Yeah.
And it's very important for me. And you know how I am when it comes to these topics. There are things that I really and truly hold dear to myself in terms of men being much more cognizant, much more thoughtful. And all these things within their household and of course to their spouses. Very important.
Yeah, it's a pity that the days are the same, November 19th. Maybe we should have a national day to celebrate it separate from November 19th. Because we hear it all the time. There is a focus that's needed in looking at men in our society, just as we have had days focusing on women as well. The needs are very different, and I think being able to bring awareness around positive influence and positive interactions that men have, that's definitely something to be highlighted.
Indeed.
So I guess you're the big happy Men's Day, John. There you go. All right. In advance. And to all the other men in Belize. Yes. But I do want to say more so, with more energy, happy Garifuna Settlement Day in advance. And definitely happy Children's Day. Do treat your kids this weekend.
I know, right?
Love them up a bit. Give them a little free extra time on the tablet. Because you know they're begging. So they can,
buy them a Roblox card.
Well.
But nonetheless, we hope we have motivated you throughout the morning so far with respect to all these international days or these days that we'll be celebrating. And of course, with some of the news that we brought out for you in last night's 6 o'clock news report. It is the time of the morning, though. We move on. It is some additional motivation with the Eye Opener.
All right. And our Eye Opener, taken from dailyom.com, goes like this. All the joy and passion you can envision can be yours right now, rather than in a future point in time. The time we're blessed with is limited and tends to be used up all too quickly. How we utilize that time is consequently one of the most important decisions we make. Yet, it is far too easy to put off until tomorrow what we're dreaming of today. The hectic pace of modern existence affords us an easy out. We shelve our aspirations so we can cope more effectively with the challenges of the present, ostensibly to have more time and leisure to realize our purpose in the future. Or we tell ourselves that we will chase our dreams someday once we've accomplished other lesser goals. In truth, it is our fear that keeps us from seeking fulfillment in the here and now, because we view failure as a possibility, or reasons for delaying our inevitable success seem sound and rational. If we ask ourselves what we are really waiting for, however, we discover that there is no truly compelling reason why we should put off the pursuits of the dreams that sustain us. You need only remind yourself that there is nothing standing between you and fulfillment. If you decide that today is the day you will take your destiny into your hands, you will soon discover that you hold the keys of fate.
Oh, wow. The last part there really got to me. But it got to me because of what the entire Eye Opener is saying. You know, Mar, I could sum it up, man, and say, you know what? Just go on out there and get it now, because that's how you feel. When you put things off, you'll still have to deal with the burden tomorrow. And what it has done then was to slow your train of getting what you can at that particular moment. If you decide that today is the day that you will take your destiny into your hands, you will soon discover that you hold the keys of fate. This is very important, Marlene. This speaks volumes, and folks should understand that all the joys and passion you can envision can be yours right now rather than in the future point in time. I really like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This reminds me so much of, there's a book called 5 Second Rule. Mm-hmm. And how we instinctively have certain things that we want to be able to do, and it goes with bigger dreams or just, like what you want to do in this moment, and how quickly we think ourselves out of it. Not talk ourselves out of it, how quickly we allow all the fears and all the what ifs to kind of just stop the process of pursuing, and how sometimes we just have to act. Yeah. And that kind of impulsivity, oftentimes people may shun, because they may say, oh, you're not looking, who are these anyway? But, people think, well, you're not looking at all the consequences, all these things, and there's some truth to that, but there's a lot to learn from just being able to pursue the things that you want. Yeah. And we all find reasons to kind of hold back, or to say later, or to make decisions that we know won't help us get towards our goal. And a lot of it has to do with that fear. Yeah. So just go for it. That's what the Eye Opener is saying. I'll try to listen to it later.
things with you. All right, so it's that time of the morning. Well, we hope you got motivated by that eye-opener. But it is that time of the morning. We move on and take a look at the weather to let you know exactly what we've got in store for the weekend. And Crystal is on the line. Crystal, good morning.
Actually, yes, we'll have Cristel Rosales present our weather this morning.
Okay. Yeah. So here we go.
Starting today, the 24-hour forecast. Cloudy at times today and partly cloudy tonight. A few showers and a chance for isolated thunderstorms can be expected, mainly along the coast this morning and then inland by this afternoon. Then isolated showers or thunderstorms with a few more developing over the south for tonight. High temperatures for today will reach 86 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 89 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and 75 degrees Fahrenheit in the hills. Low temperatures for tonight will be 74 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 70 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and 64 degrees Fahrenheit in the mountains. Winds over the open sea will be from the east to southeast at 5 to 15 knots, and sea conditions will be light chop. High tides occur at 9:47 this morning and then 9:04 tonight. Low tides at 3:13 this evening and then 4:19 tomorrow morning. The moon will rise at 4:58 this evening and then set at 6:09 tomorrow morning. Sunset is at 5:16 this evening and sunrise at 5:59 tomorrow morning. The extended forecast. Mainly fair conditions with isolated showers for Friday, along with the chance for isolated thunderstorms on Friday night. The sargassum update. Only small chances of sargassum drifting ashore during the next few days, producing minimal impacts on beaches across the country. And in the tropical weather outlook, tropical cyclone formation is not expected in the North Atlantic, the Caribbean Sea, or the Gulf of Mexico during the next 48 hours. And this has been this morning's weather report from the National Meteorological Service.
All right.
And we're back.
We're so thankful to you, Crystal, for providing us with the latest update in the weather. Now we know exactly what to expect. But you're saying, Mar, that the gradual, in general situation, conditions to gradually improve, starting today. Now that's a good thing. We're going to celebrate this weekend like one that needs to be celebrated. But don't forget that we are in pandemic times as well. And so therefore, you could stay right at home, celebrate with your family. Later on, we'll be having Chef Quillen take a thing or two from him, and you could make something right there in your home and celebrate with each other. All right?
Let's get moving into our show.
Let's do it then. So for the first part of our show, youth perspective on this year's theme and the review of remainder of activities to celebrate Garifuna Settlement Day. So we'll be having some youth perspective on that.
All right, and the second part of our show, we have Chef Sean Quillen coming in. He is going to be cooking up a storm. He refuses to do hudud, but he says he has so many other great dishes that he can show us. So let's find out in the second part of the show.
And in the third part of our show this morning, it's going to be with a lot of drums. We're going to rock it. It's going to be great. I'll tell you what, we've got cultural entertainment by the group called Heretimatua Urua. Belize said the drumming group. You got that correct there? You got it? You think so? You got it correct?
I was literally going back to phonics class with like Heretimatua
Urua.
I think I got it.
Yeah, April, you got
I'll
it?
get it by the end of the show.
They'll be in this morning. They're a drumming group. They'll be in this morning and they'll be entertaining us to close out this morning's program. It's going to be great. We need to take a break though, but just before we do, we've got our birthday shout out for today, and we'd like to say a happy birthday to Shanice Christie. Happy birthday to you, Shans. We love your hair, girl. Love the hair, girl. Happy birthday to you from the entire family, from all of us right here on Channel 5, all of us right here on Open Your Eyes. And Mar, I didn't send a picture, but I've got another special birthday shout out. So, Irving Lucas, my best buddy since what? We were 4 years old. That's some 36 years ago. My best friend. Happy birthday to you, brother. His birthday is today. He doesn't live in Belize, lives in Missouri. Happy birthday, but I'm sure he's watching. From all your brothers, we love you so very much. Do enjoy your day. And this is one of the first time, this is, I think, his first birthday he's not here to celebrate with us. But my brother, we're celebrating right here mentally. We're going to make it happen, my brother. Happy birthday to you. We love you so very much, Irving Lucas. All right, we need to take a break because when we come back, we'll jump directly into the conversation. It's Open Your Eyes on the day before the 19th day of November. Wow. It's celebration time. We'll be right back.
It's almost lunchtime and Alice is getting hungry and forgot to bring cash. She remembers that eCash now has a geolocation feature in which she can easily view the eCash merchants near her, especially restaurants. Her co-workers also ask her to order food for them.
Chicken chow mein, please, and a Coke.
The merchant sends her the payment link. She taps confirm, and within a few minutes, her food is delivered. Alice then views her transaction history and taps on the transaction recently made. Then taps the split the bill button where she selects the unevenly option and moves the bar to the desired amount per person. The request is then sent to her friends. Her colleagues accept the request and are ready to enjoy their meals. Geolocation and splitting the bill via eCash make Alice's life a whole lot easier.
We have been a partner with Smart for over 10 plus years. We have a full Smart plan we use as our major driver for our business. We have a service that rolls over in that if you call one and it is busy, it rolls over to the next line. So once you call us, you can get us at any time. Before we got this Smart service, we were paying upwards of nearly $2,000 in phone bills. Since we've had our Smart service, we pay an average about $600. So we've had tremendous saving, more than 50%. For the businesses, if you want to save money, switch to Smart because it is far more cost effective and the service is excellent.
Smart continues to be innovative in bringing new technology and meaningful savings during these challenging times to businesses across Belize. Sign up for our VoIP technology or broadband packages and save more.
Like other vaccines, the COVID-19 vaccines being developed have been through the same trial phases and rigorous process required for all vaccines. Global efforts on the development of the vaccines are built on existing research from previous coronaviruses like MERS and SARS-1. As COVID-19 vaccines are approved for their broad use in the population, be reassured that they will continue to be monitored to identify any adverse events. Your safety is our top priority. Vaccines bring us closer.
Jingle all the way! This holidays, get one coupon for every purchase of 25 Belize dollars in Una Fuels, per quart of Una lubricants, or 2 coupons per gallon. Jingle all the way with Uno, a brand committed with the future.
If you are ailing due to a chronic disease and are left permanently invalid before retirement age, you may want to check if you qualify to receive invalidity benefit. The invalidity benefit exists for persons who are unable to continue working due to permanent illness. To qualify, you must be under 60 years old, must be sick for 26 consecutive weeks and certified to be medically unable to perform any type of work, must have at least 5 years of paid SSB contributions and at least 5 paid within the 3 months leading up to your illness. If you do not qualify for the invalidity pension, you may be eligible for the invalidity grant. Want to know more about invalidity benefit? Visit our website or contact any of our offices to have someone assist you. Also, be sure to visit our Facebook page and give us a like to stay informed. Social Security Board, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
Morning, D.
Ready for full lay box?
Yes, man. Just grab the rope and I will put on the camera. My name is Josh Marin. I'm a commercial fisherman out of San Pedro, and I've been fishing my whole life. We've been noticing that each and every time we go out, we have to find further grounds. So when I heard about the program, I found it as a very good business opportunity. Other fishermen, when they go out, they tend to bring in everything and anything, and that's what me and my crew don't do. We practice responsible fishing.
Just show me how the app work, G.
Easy thing, bro. All we gotta do is we're gonna put in how much fish we catch right there. Today we get 15 pounds of champagne and 30 pounds of queens. We have punch that in, and that's all. Oh, one more thing.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes, and we're moving now into our first segment. But just before we do, Mara,
Okay, so I wanna put all the blame on John.
What?
Because I would never do this. I'm just kidding. I am kidding, but now you get an extra special mention at this time because nobody should be crying on their birthday.
I know.
Happy birthday to
Henry.
6-year-old Henry
Norales. Happy birthday to you, Henry.
sweetheart.
Here's wishing you all the very best. Henry Norales, 6 years old today. Happy birthday to you.
All right. And Henry, you eat all the cake that you can today. You tell mommy that Miss Marlene and Mr. John said so. All right, we gotta get moving.
Yeah, we gotta get moving into our show. Our first segment is up, and it's actually about the youth perspective on this year's Garifuna Settlement Day theme and a review of the remainder of activities to celebrate Garifuna Settlement Day. Now, in with us on Zoom, actually, we do have Melissa Zuniga. She is the project coordinator for the National Garifuna Council. Mel, good morning.
Wait Binafi.
There you go.
Wait Binafi. Good morning.
We're loving the colors on there, girl. Love it. So let's kick things off with. I'm not sure. We don't have the theme here on us. I'm not sure if you've got it readily available there. But if you do, please share that with us. And let's talk about the activities and festivities.
Okay, so the theme for this year is All Both Amurenu, Agabaribe Garinago, Awase Wamalau, which is I for you, you for me is the Garifuna way. Let us move forward.
All right.
So that's this year's theme, yes.
Melissa, it has been a really interesting time for, I know, the work that's being done by the NGC for the Garifuna community. Knowing that we are in a pandemic and the traditional ways of celebrating aren't things that are possible, what are some of the thoughts and ideas coming out from members at this time as to how to adequately commemorate this day?
Well, most of the communities, they're in agreement that we need to, keep the crowds to a minimum or none at all. So they are embracing the virtual environment, and they're doing more virtual activities. So most of the branches, they're streaming their different activities on their Facebook pages. They're using Zoom. And so this year they have really embraced the new norm.
Okay. And some of the highlights that we've seen so far, tell us about that.
Okay, so the highlights have been the launch, which took place on November 1st. And so that was well received. We also have had 3 panel discussions. So the first one in November was about mental health. We had the youths on November 14th, they did a showcase where they also had a panel discussion and they shared their views on, what it means to be Garifuna, how they see themselves fitting in to the bigger picture in terms of development and preservation of the culture. So that was very interesting. And on Tuesday, we had our third panel discussion, which looked at Garifuna language preservation. And that was in collaboration with the Battle of the Drums Secretariat. And so we know that next year starts the International Decade for Indigenous Languages. And so it jumpstarts that decade and will allow us to prepare for and plan meaningful activities throughout the decade. So that was also an interesting dialogue where we looked at the language, the history of the language. We also looked at the standardization of written Garifuna. We heard from the youths as well. And then we also heard about how Garifuna is being integrated into the schools in the southern part of the country.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. I think the preservation of language is a key part of keeping the culture alive. And I've heard from the Garifuna Council over the years, different innovative ways of being able to teach people more about the language and ensure that they are learning, the correct way of speaking it. There've been online classes, things like your pageant also give young people the opportunity to be able to showcase how well they know the language. And of course, models like the school in Dangriga, Gulisi, where it is integrated within the classrooms. From your perspective, though, Melissa, as a young Garifuna woman, do you feel that more people are able to speak Garifuna now versus when you were growing up?
I think that there are less people, but those that do not speak the language or aren't proficient are expressing an interest in learning and making an active effort to learn or speak the language where possible. So it is becoming a plus because we are now embracing our culture more and trying to learn all the various aspects of that.
So if I hear you right, what you're saying is perhaps there was a bit of a shift. Before you had to talk it with granny or auntie, but now they want to learn how to talk it.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So it's a great thing to capitalize on.
Yeah.
It is, for myself, being Garifuna, I really thrive off what you mentioned there, Marlene, whereby trying to learn the language has become something, and as a young person, I know I'm young. As a young person, trying to learn the language comes across more of a prideful way for me. Mel, while the forums were on, was there ever a time within those forums we talk about how the language have dwindled and what we want to do to try and bring it back up?
Yes, in the language preservation panel discussion that was discussed, Mr. Roy Cayetano, he did a presentation about how it can be integrated or how we can begin to look at teaching, a comprehensive look at teaching the language. So one of his recommendations were to ensure that there are material written and otherwise in Garifuna so that it can be taught at all levels. So his comparison was when you look at English, if you want to get a bachelor degree, master's degree in English, you are able to go and study that.
Yeah.
And it should be the same with Garifuna. So from from the kinder all the way up, there should be material, there should be a curriculum, there should be ways that assessment can occur. And so that was one of his recommendations that should be able to guide us, as we move forward.
Do you feel it is one well receptive for the fact that it's just the Garifuna language? Who would you say should take this language course? Would it be just Garifuna, or I see April make mention she wouldn't mind as well?
Well, I think it could be anybody. There is a particular emphasis on encouraging Garinagal to learn their language, but there are other people who have embraced our culture who are interested as well in learning all aspects of our culture, and those persons will be welcomed.
That's awesome. That's awesome. One of the things I find interesting about the Garifuna language is how there's, and correct me if I'm wrong, because this is just stuff I've picked up over the years. There's formal and informal, and there's male and female. Right?
Yes. So yes, there are ways that you talk to your peers. There are ways that you speak to elders. There, because of the way that the Garifuna people came about, where we had the indigenous Arawakan and women, and then you had the African Carib men. There were two languages, and so you would still find elements of those where the males would use different words than the females. But there's also been a shift too, because
that's what I wondered. Yeah.
You have more single parent homes, or more of the children who grew up with grandparents, their grandmothers, and so they learned to speak the female version, I would say.
Yeah.
And I'll give an example of that would be that women refer to women in Garifuna as Hiaru, while men refer to women as Wuri. So there's a difference there where how us men speak to or of women, and how women speak to of women. So and that's one of the prideful things about being Garifuna for me, whereby we're able to channel these things, especially to our younger ones, so they know. So Mel, with respect to the theme, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, is Trevon? I think I saw. Oh, he's not in? All right. So Mel, with respect to the theme, how receptive was it, especially during the forum amongst the youth?
Okay, so the theme, it's been receptive, or it's been well received, because the Albo Amorono is the Garifuna mantra. That is the way that we live. We look out for each other, we help each other, and so the theme is based on that. Getting back to that, we had been moving away from that ideology, and so this theme is in an effort to bring us back to what we are, what we know ourselves to be, and how we live and how we perceive the world and our communities. And so we also had a theme song that was written, sung, and composed by Alan Baba Castillo.
Oh, wow.
He wrote the song a few years ago, and he graciously gave us permission to use it. And it's very relevant. It speaks of the Garifuna reality. It speaks of our struggle, our exile from St. Vincent, and just how far we've come since then.
Okay.
And you're right, because Aubu Amurunu means I for you and you for me. Aubu Amurunu. We with the Battle of the Drums, we made a trip out to visit a man. His name is Francisco Avila, Jose Francisco Avila, who was so vocal about his culture. He's a mixture of mestizo mother, and Garifuna father. So vocal about his culture, so much so that New York, the state of New York, now recognizes or celebrates Garifuna Awareness Month from March 13th to April 15th. And the mantra is what caught the eyes of those in Congress. Aubu, Amuruno, because that's exactly, Mel, the way that we live. You go into a Garifuna community, they'll ask you if you have eaten. They'll ask you if you have somewhere to stay. They'll ask you if you need to rest. That's our mantra, and I'm so proud of that, Mel.
Yes, indeed.
So Mel, let's shift gears now and talk. It's November 18th. Traditionally, everybody would be figuring out how they'd get south. Whose floor or couch they were going to sleep on in Dangriga.
Or hammock.
And preparing to stay up all night and await the reenactment. But how can people join in the celebration now?
Okay, so today, November 18th, is Garifuna Awareness Day. So that is a day where we encourage everyone to wear their cultural attire. We know that as the years have been going by, you have the traditional and you have contemporary styles. So it gives us an opportunity to just showcase our creative talent in terms of, the combination of material used and the different styles. And so we encourage everyone to put on their attire and, just be proud of who you are.
Yeah.
And as well, this afternoon at 1 p.m., Belmopan Branch, NGC Belmopan Branch, is having a quiz contest, a Garifuna quiz competition.
Oh, okay.
And so that will also be streamed live on our Facebook page. Tomorrow, November 19th, we have the Urame, which starts at 6 a.m. And it will be live, but with a limited number of persons there. And it's going to be streamed on our Facebook page. So you can, log on to Facebook and experience that. Following the Urame, we have the Mass.
Yes.
Which will start at 8 a.m. Again, live from Dangriga with a limited number of persons and streamed on Facebook. And following that is the official ceremony at 10 a.m. from Dangriga. So we are just encouraging everyone to join us on Facebook for those activities. So we're not doing any other specific activities in other communities because, we're doing one big celebration from Dangriga, and we're just all streaming and sharing that.
And so people can join in all the fun on the Facebook page. They can check out the reenactment tomorrow and the Mass. And I saw that there was a list of activities that have already passed, so people can go back and watch those too.
Yeah, and that's a good thing about life, especially with everything being streamed, because you're actually able to go back and check it out. But Mel, we want to thank you so very much for joining us this morning. You took us back and put things into perspective, especially with dealing with the theme and the lifestyle of Garifuna communities. Thank you so very much, Mel, and here's to wishing you all the very best.
Thank you, John and Marlene, and happy Garifuna Settlement Day to everyone.
All right. Amuruno. You got it. You got it, Mar.
Oh, I was gonna say Sereme. Because that one I remember. But thank you so much, and we look forward to language courses in the future.
All right, so we're going to take the break, and when we come back,
before we head to the break,
what do we have?
Said, there's a lot that you can do at home to commemorate Garifuna Settlement Day tomorrow. So we're going to be throwing you back to a flashback on this Thursday. Since Chef Sean Quillen is prepping up a storm in here for Garifuna dishes. And I'm sorry to tell you, Hudut isn't one of them. He says that's too easy, but we'll still show you how it's made in this throwback feature. So let's check that out. When we come back, we'll be doing some live cooking in studio. So please stay tuned.
One of the things people look forward to on November 19th is the Hudut. We're here at Linda Arana's home at the corner of Mahogany and Jasmine Street to find out how to prepare a traditional plate of Hudut. Let's go! Good morning.
morning.
Good morning, my dear.
This is Miss Linda Arana. She's going to show us how to prepare the hudut.
Yes. Well, I'm at the first stage of the hudut, I would say. No, the second, because the first is to peel the plantain and boil them. And this is the second by preparing the fish.
So it's cleaned, it's cut, it's seasoned. What are you going to do with it now?
After this, I'm going to fry it. Then I'll prepare the gravy, the coconut milk. Then we'll put the fish in there after we have done frying it. When you fry this, then put it into the coconut milk.
The green plantain, it boil. When it don't cook, you take it out. You put it to cool, then you start to beat.
Alright, the plantain cool now. What do we do with it?
Okay, after it's cool, you take some and put it into your mortar. Hana in Garifuna.
Hana
in Garifuna, yes.
How much plantain do I put into the hana?
It depends on the size of your hana. If your hana is big, you can put a lot. But because this is a small hana, you have to put in maybe 6 green plantains in there. You start with the green. When that is smooth, then you put in the ripe. Just like that. Excellent. You need to look for the ones that you haven't broken up yet.
Like this one?
Yes, like that, yes. So this is almost ready for the ripe plantains to go in there. So you add the ripe plantains and now you have to start to beat this again. So it comes together because you don't want the ripe plantains to be on one side and the green plantain to be on the other side. So you have to beat it together until it becomes smooth or one whole beaten plantain.
Yeah. So this is what the finished product looks like?
Yes.
Alright.
Doesn't it look beautiful?
And you aim for the smooth consistency, no?
Yes.
The mixture of the green and the red. And this is what you get in your hudut?
Yeah.
So if you don't get bone, right?
Okay.
How long do you put this on to boil now?
It will take a little time.
Yeah?
When it starts bubbling, then we'll add it in the fish.
So you bring it to a boil?
I will bring it to a boil. But right now, I'm going to put the pepper in there. We're adding in the pepper so that it can give it a flavor. It's like a flavoring.
Now, the traditional meal always had the habanero pepper?
Yes, if you have in your yard.
Okay.
If you don't have, you don't have to.
That extra spice. That is the thyme
and the cilantro. That's what I'm adding in now.
This is the malheur?
Let's give it a nice flavor.
Yeah, a lot of Belizeans use this as their seasoning.
They add the garlic into the soup now. The garlic.
That's a grated garlic?
Yes, the grated garlic. This can protect you if you are not. There are sometimes when people eat fish, they are allergic to it. The garlic helps them take off that allergy. I'm adding the fish right now because you say it's almost bubbling.
It's almost bubbling, so you add the fish?
And I add the fish. I have okra to add into now. The okra go in last.
Okay.
I'm adding all this lovely, nice okra. It's good for the blood, good for the veins. I'll bring you a sample of the nice hudut.
Alright.
I want you to sample this hudut because it's very nice and tasty. You can go through, but you don't use a spoon, you know.
I know
you
this.
Use your hand.
So what, I pick up the hudut?
You pick up the hudut.
And I dip it in the gravy.
Dip it in the gravy. Yes, girl.
As close and?
Yeah. If you may eat pepper, you bust them pepper in there, you know.
I love pepper.
You bust the pepper.
Miss Arana, this is a wonderful hudut.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of the process with you.
You're welcome.
I could practice home, but I'm very sure you don't taste anything like this. So when I need my hudut, I'll come back to you.
Okay, sure. No problem.
All right.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Working off-site doesn't mean you have to be off your game. Studies have shown that simply adding a keyboard and mouse to your laptop increases productivity by 26%. Add a monitor and you'll be 35% more productive. At Fulltech Systems, we have what you need to enhance your remote work or e-learning experience. With devices such as headsets, video conferencing monitors, webcams, keyboards, mice, docking stations, all with the brands you trust. Keep connected with collaboration tools like Microsoft 365 Suite and Kaspersky and perform efficiently no matter where you are. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
When something is good and you can save, that makes it even better. Like this guy, he buys Flex bundles using his promo credit. No worries when his primary credit is finished. He gets talk, text, and data for free. Or her, she calls her family internationally with her promo credit. And with data packages so affordable, she even does video calls. Smart continues to offer great deals and affordable promotions. As a small business owner, she saves when she uses her promo credit to call the other guys. All Smart customers enjoy more triple days and knowing they can use their promo credit, which just lasts longer. Smart, bringing people together.
If you are ailing due to a chronic disease and are left permanently invalid before retirement age, you may want to check if you qualify to receive invalidity benefit. The invalidity benefit exists for persons who are unable to continue working due to permanent illness. To qualify, you must be under 60 years old, must be sick for 26 consecutive weeks and certified to be medically unable to perform any type of work, must have at least 5 years of paid SSB contributions and at least 5 paid within the 3 months leading up to your illness. If you do not qualify for the invalidity pension, you may be eligible for the invalidity grant. Want to know more about invalidity benefit? Visit our website or contact any of our offices to have someone assist you. Also, be sure to visit our Facebook page and give us a like to stay informed. Social Security Board, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
The Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
The TV you love is always with you, from live TV, sports, and on-demand titles. Choose your plan today. Plans start as low as $15 per month. My TV, entertainment, anytime, anywhere.
I am Glenda Brown, and I lost my husband, Henry Brown Sr., to COVID. He was a pastor, and he loved the Lord. He got saved at age 16, and he did his best to walk with the Lord. When he was admitted, I said, well, it's good. He needed oxygen, and that is going to move up, and then, he's going to be back. But it didn't happen that way. Eventually, he got intubated and sedated, and that was the part when we realized, it is getting real worse. We don't know what is happening. We prayed with him. We spoke encouraging words. but we weren't getting a response. We hope he heard, but I don't know. I eventually reached hospital unplanned. I spent an overnight in there Monday. That night, because I was tested positive, the doctor allowed me to go and see Henry. And so it was so good to be able to go to his ward. I get to rub his head. But he was saying he didn't think Henry was going to make it. There were much prayers going out on his behalf. But I knew God's will was what was going to be done. I think for me that did a lot. Even now, to could remember that I was able to, touch him and see him those last moments, just the day before he passed. I just thank God for that opportunity. COVID is terrible once it comes to your home. It's something else because you have to quarantine. It's painful. All of a sudden the connection within the family break down. When Henry passed, the children came and they came to my room. I have windows on both sides of the house, and so that was how we communicated. We spoke from there. Even the funeral arrangement and all these things had to be done. And I went out there to see the vehicle pass. I didn't know they would stop, but I'm glad they did. And so I made my way to the street side. I had COVID, so I knew I had to keep a certain distance from other people to look at that casket in that vehicle and know that Henry is in there. I watched online. It was so hard. I mean, this is Henry. He's gone. He's not going to be back again. Henry hadn't been vaccinated. He didn't want to be vaccinated. I was told that he said to someone in the hospital while he was there that if he gets out or when he gets out, he was going to get vaccinated. I know it's not the only prevention. Washing your hands, doing the other thing, taking your meds does help. So there's a number of things to do, and I encourage people to do all of them. God does protect us, but we are also not to put God to the test. And so I encourage people to do what needs to be done. There's a lot of things I missed him, just not having him coming home again. It's a journey ahead that I am trusting God to take me through. I know He will.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes, and we're moving now into our second segment of the morning. We are about to celebrate in a big way. When I tell you in a big way, I mean Chef Sean Quillen, big way. This guy is about to chef up for us. My buddy, good morning. Morning. Wheat Binafi.
Wheat Binafi, brother.
And how are you?
I am very good. Dili also.
Yeah, I know how you're doing.
You said that you didn't want him here this morning.
I never want a man, but then I want a man. Because if you put a hard labor, I don't want to work with hard.
Okay, stop it. Don't say that.
I'm going to do all the sampling. All right. So, Sean.
Yes. First of all, I'm very honored.
We asked about Garifuna food.
Yes.
For today, and you decided that you had particular recipes you wanted to showcase.
Yes. I mean, the first thing I never wanted to hudut because
you have to explain that to people.
Yeah, explain why you don't want to hudut.
Because I got much more. That if you got picnic, I only love one.
True too.
True? How much picnic you got?
Why you don't
no, I tell you, there's the same amount of food in Garifuna, but you say you don't worry about the picnic, man.
You said that. I got 3 daughters, John.
3 daughters. We got 3 ways for me to do then.
All right.
So let us first of all talk about what is the difference between Sere and Hudut, because there's a big question. Say my friend over there don't want to know what is the difference between Sere and Hudut. So in my research, because I've been doing this for years and years, and I ask a lot of questions. So Sere in my is the lassos, and the lassos is the broth.
Yeah, that's just the broth.
Made from the falumau, which is the coconut milk. So when I described it for a foreigner in my menu, I said it's a coconut milk and basil seafood broth. sounds very sexy.
Yes, it does.
But that is Sere.
Sounds gourmet.
That is Sere. That is Sere. So Sere, that the lassos, the liquid, the broth. No, when you add starches to this Sere, which is like the mother, you start to get children. That's why I say how much picnic you got? 3. So I could talk about 3 picnic. If I take and I put plantain, and I know any plantain, there is a ratio. 75% green, 25% ripe. I boil it, and I put it in the hana, and I beat that with that name.
What?
Hudut.
The hudut. Oh, so they're not just plantain.
Hudut is a plantain. You see there?
Yeah.
So Sere, that the liquid, where they make children now. Mash the plantain, we put it in the Sere lassos, that name hudut. If I were to take green bananas and grate it and put it in that liquid in a dumpling form, what would that be called?
Bundiga.
Bundiga! That's a 2 picnic. If I were to take the green banana and I slice it and I put it in there, what that name? Tapo.
Tapo, yeah.
All right,
if I were to take in the Creole culture...
We're supposed to know this from last year.
But then if
failing the test.
If you cut up the plantain in that, then it becomes chongwa chongwa. You got chongwa chongwa.
You got chongwa chongwa. Tapo, hudut, bundiga. Today we are going to be making a dish called mormoti.
Which is?
Mormoti. No, this is so beautiful because John, Garifuna man from PJ, and when I come for this, said, Chumag, right? But this is my life. It's a culture of my life.
Yes,
so, mormot. Everybody know it, you know, but they don't eat it again because the last tradition. Yes, mormoti. But mormoti. For short is mormot.
Mormot, yes.
Now I have to go where the Hopkins go land, but they think, right?
Yeah.
No.
So,
Ereba, cassava bread. Thin cassava chip. Crispy. Mormot. Thick. King cassava. Because they got 3 kinds of cassava. Gumana na in a cassava. They got sweet cassava. The bitter cassava. King cassava. Mormoti. Now in Latin countries, and you ever see your granny with when you got teeth? Drink your coffee and you take your hard time and you dip it in there.
Yep.
That's a moment.
They hard time where they use soda biscuit. Yeah.
Hey, that's a moment, bruh. So you take the lassos, the mother, remember we got the mother?
The lassos.
And now you make one next picture when they moment. So you take that and you dip it in there, and you get some, and then you're going to
go on.
Larry. So that's a moment.
So it's just dipping the cassava bread into
the
lassos.
And bruh, I know.
So you're gonna make that?
Yes, we're gonna make that today. Okay. Amazing, right?
Amazing.
And then if you mean a Creole culture and you take the green plantain and you put it so you name Matilda foot.
Matilda foot, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But and then we could talk about the starches. Darara in Garifuna. Cassava starch.
Yeah.
So they got drinks. What is it? What are the famous drinks in Garifuna? What is it?
Sahau.
Hiu.
Yes, Guentu.
Letu. Guentu that with banana. Letu that with plantain.
Yeah.
Porridge. You see, Minister Abelardo Maigawa, brand new idea. He said, let us take bananas dehydrated and feed the children. We did it a long time. That name Gungude. Look how John look. These are not by design.
These are Gungude.
These are not because it's work out. This is because this boy genetically. This boy.
Gungude. All right.
Come on. Let's do it. All right. Make me light the fire, John.
Light the fire.
I will put the. Watch I bring a whole beauty and
I noticed.
1, 2, 3. Ready? Light up.
Camo.
Light, John.
All right, John. It's there.
Very good. Sodio, Garifuna, pat. Yes?
All right. So what are we starting with?
Hey, we have work to do. All right, make we go start with the lassos.
Okay, good.
Very good.
All right, so we keep the...
So again, mother, children.
Yes.
Sere. Let's go make sere. So simple, you know, not like in a mestizo culture, a lot of recado. It is black pepper, salt, onion, and garlic.
That's it.
Coconut milk. No go put
the garlic ready.
No go put the thing with
paprika
yellow.
Malher.
No put that because first of all you don't know because the color change. You get yellow.
Yeah, I get yellow.
No go put powder milk in there. You want somebody cuss you?
But some people don't know the difference.
They don't know the difference.
You don't gotta do that.
If you think I'm gonna do
it, white.
No.
And one of the most important things to put in a cereal is just basing. Basil.
Luma barien. You can put that too.
Where the barien now?
Oh my God.
Land me. By the regular. The thing I had because
Well.
Because it's cold in here.
Okay, Matala, we could just squeeze that in, man. Cut us a little.
Silkgrass Farm coconut oil.
Okay.
Cold press.
Oh, they come in that.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
container.
Nice, nice,
I want
nice,
to squeeze
nice.
it for me, John.
All right.
Well, like when you hot that might melt in your hand.
All right, how much of this you need, boy, this stuff, friends?
Put on, bruh.
I don't know how I take this out.
Squeeze on,
but
bruh.
you sure you don't got something on top there?
You know where
Maybe there's a cup.
Maybe, I feel so.
You know why? This is very good testament that Silkgrass Farm is cold pressed, because sometimes some people mix it with 1, 2, 3, and then I get hard, right?
Oh, God.
Oh, there is no cup. All
Dig
right.
on, bruh, dig on. You know for dig, you know for PG. Meanwhile,
So we're gonna get coconut oil in
Oh,
there.
yes, sorry, sorry.
What else?
I get excited.
I know. Let's try to get the recipes. So we got the coconut oil going in. You
Yes,
need
ma'am.
coconut.
Coconut oil. Yes, we got coconut.
We got everything.
This is how we grate coconut abilities, right? You see, we use all the cultured abilities, right? Because even this, I made a night without the midnight, we know me, I got the grater.
Sean, you not tell me how much you need.
Hey, boy. Put a little musu right after that. One more squeeze. Yes, I.
All right.
All right, there you go.
But this is amazing. This is amazing.
All right.
Silkgrass Farm coconut oil.
Wow.
Silkgrass Farm. Good. Make Marlene cook while she cook today.
So that is warming up the coconut oil over there. We need the coconut for the milk.
Yes, all we are do that put some onion in there, garlic. Make we go to the market too, bruh.
You going to the market?
Me and you going up front. Woodrow,
Woodrow.
you go so, you go so.
All right.
Yeah, I'll chop the onions.
Go here, go here.
All right.
Come, John.
Wow, you have everything,
Come,
man.
John.
You have everything. All right, let's
Hot
do
fish,
it.
John.
All right.
I want you the salt and pepper. You just season, bruh.
Season. So I just
Come to the
sprinkle
camera,
over.
John. Season,
Sprinkle
John.
over.
You have to do it like salt. Yeah, like Salt Bay, man. Come on, come on.
So I'm supposed to.
Yeah, you do your thing.
All right, and then we throw it. Then we flip it over. Flip on.
Look on that thing there. Watch that beautiful hot fish.
boy,
This
I
hot
tell
fish
you.
was caught in Belize and bought at Carnivore.
All right. So that is
All right, John.
the fish going in. I have onions and garlic over here.
Yeah.
Whee!
Turn
her over for me. Turn her over.
John.
Not talk no fool.
No way.
Onions.
All right. With the make. Serre lassus.
All right. So
Lassus.
Garlic.
Coconut milk. Falumo. Easy. That's a lassus. Then with the picnic, we put the hudut and thing. All right,
All
good. Onion.
Garlic.
Put the fish right there, bruh.
All right.
You don't worry about nothing. You could do it, Marlene. Marlene, say put garlic. No, John. John, anything where you want there, you put in it, John. Haroru.
Okay.
Give it up, John. Don't worry about nothing, John.
Here you go.
Haroru, Sindiri.
All right.
What a Haroru, John? Rati.
Oh, you have?
Oh, we got Rati.
Yes.
We got Rati.
From Dangriga?
Yes, and again, found that Carnivore, that Belize City, you know, I got no excuse to say that, no, I'm not gonna Dangriga, I can't get me Rati. We got Rati. In a garden of Haroru, they got the man version here, Hamaba. Hey, they got man version, female version, tabu, female and male. Hamaba Haroru.
Hamaba Haroru.
Good.
All right.
Rati.
All right.
I got a Marisco again. So big Cinderella, put that in there too. Watch out, John, but you never find that and eat that, boy.
Oi!
Cangrejo. John, I got gloves like you, but I never put it on, so now we hand dirty like your mind. So come, pull up. come here, baby.
All right. Seafood, onion, garlic.
And then we have to put the falomo, which is the most important part, right?
Yeah.
Coconut milk. While that is doing its thing, now they got a lot of way to do this thing too. Because some people just steam the fish in there. Some people like it fried.
Yeah, I prefer it fried.
You fry it on the side, they got it deep crunch. Some people just steam it in there. Now that debate. No, a big debate like ketchup and garnaches is the addition of lily buyu, pigtail.
No.
Not traditional, but
I've never seen that.
yes, it's not traditional.
It's not traditional.
But nowadays they get high-tech nege. High-tech.
You get something for everybody, right?
And then they put them. So while that is cooking, the studio is smelling so good. The HD television, look how that look. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you don't know.
I love that. My father loves so my man go in there. Dreams! You're giving me a dream.
All right.
All right. Next idea. Right, just now.
Yeah.
This
Yeah, go ahead.
You show that thing now,
Cover it.
Fire, boss.
Is it going to? You better stop, Sean.
Move out there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Musu Duna, get water for me off of the bar.
Duna, hurry up.
Yeah.
Move out there, the cat boss. All right, now we talk a little bit.
All right, here you go.
Move my lady, darling. Okay, good.
All right, still on.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Wait, give me quick. Hurry,
All right.
young man.
All right,
hurry, come here, man.
Yeah, here you go.
There it is.
Fucking all right.
Thank you.
Sean, you know something else? You better turn that off.
Sean.
Yeah.
So we got that
All right.
cooking over there.
All right.
Got that cooking over there. Tell us what's up.
Bring that stove for me right here quickly, my boy.
Yes.
Now, make we talk a little bit. Make a bend down.
Open the bar.
Just the stove.
I got it.
All right, good. What happened when I come to open your eye, right? We really cook, right? We're not going on stage, right? This is not, I can't bring it. We not bring it down, make. We really cook. So in here we got hagfish. We got.
Put that over there. Yeah.
You see how beautiful this?
I never moved this one.
Right? Rati. Crab. I got a Madisco, I get some clam. But you could put cinderi. I got a Carnival Belize City, we get the crab, the rati, the fish. All right.
Got it.
Beautiful.
All right.
John, I need you over here now.
Set in at this corner, right here.
I get 20 coconuts. I grate the coconuts. And we need to milk it, right? So right there, John, bring that whole pot. This is a hibisa. And you pour, you that straight it, and you pour, Brad. John, but you have to make the man see you, John. You have to cater, John.
All right, you ready?
You have to do it for the next way, John. You burn me, John. Yes, John, right there, John. You see, John used to read when they not see him in. Pour, John. Pour out, John. Stop right there, John, because we need the
You need the rest?
Yeah, good.
All right.
All right, let us recap. It's always exciting to be on this set.
Yeah.
We have a new set. We have a new stove.
Yes.
Yes.
Stove is on.
It's already on.
You see, we have a new stove because we were using the old stove.
Yes.
And now we have the new stove.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So what happened is that we have a
I'm just glad the kids aren't here this time.
Yes.
Because the last time you really scared the kids. At least John and I can act. But go ahead.
This is just natural for you.
Very good.
Yeah, I know. What we got now?
Very good. All right.
So we got the coconut milk, the seafood, onion, garlic, and coconut oil cooking in there.
Very good.
All right.
So that's you see the agulay, they float?
Yeah.
And then you have to store, because they got word near garahi go because you make that when they start to get
store.
Well, you do your thing, how a big ladle right here, John.
Yes,
While you are there, John, me and Marlene will be cooking over here. So, we have make saho. I'll put some milk.
All right.
And remember earlier we talked about darara. We went to Sabal's cassava farm and they have a thing called darara.
Which is starch.
Anything that you can do with cornstarch in Chinese cuisine, we can do in Garifuna cuisine called darara. I'm going to put some darara there. Now, these are two versions too, John, because this is a controversy too. Because the people of Dangriga would use darara, but the people of Hopkins will say, Mama, yeah, that's a fraud, that you have to do it the real way, and I'll show you the real way too. Starch. Now you have to whisk, Miss Marlene.
Oh, wow, okay. Like as it goes in?
Yeah.
So you get like a roux?
Yeah, it is a roux. In French cuisine, it's called a roux. In Garifuna, it's called darara. And when you drink it, in a saho, and then you put the milk. And then you remember that coconut milk where John just cook over there, so? And we'll take some of that too because we have to make it a bouillon. But this is a big pot here.
Okay, just take out the whole thing.
Coconut milk.
Oi.
All right.
Oi.
All right. Now, how is sweetness?
So, milk? Any milk? Or evaporated milk?
I put evap milk, but the real milk, when I put no milk. I show two versions. I show the ghetto version.
Oh,
and I
you
show
don't
the real.
want to use powdered milk there, but you use
No. Let me explain
what
before.
Should you use?
Let me explain before they cost me.
Yes.
Let me explain before you cost me. How do you make? I don't know people look, but how do you make saho? You take cassava. You grate cassava. You see this liquid here?
I love it.
That is starch from this cassava. Is what makes saho get thick. You see this here? See that liquid? That's the way cassava
So that's the original thing.
See, so if I take the milk and put it here, but the milk are just, if you use Darrera. But the real way that with cassava grated and coconut milk.
Those two, yeah.
Then you put one little cinnamon, right?
Okay.
And one little nutmeg, right? And they laugh because Marlene, right?
And then you put condensed milk.
And then we have to get a real reader, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, Marlene. So how is that?
Does it need more at the start?
I think so, darling. Make it get thick. Make it get like, oh.
Yeah, it's supposed to be thick. It's like a porridge when you drink it.
It is a porridge. Now, make we talk about variations of the porridge. You hear me good? Because if you put the same Abelardo, my thing, the way they banana powder.
Oh, yes. Banana powder.
Then that name, gungude.
Gungude.
And in a Creole, you call it concante. Another because the Creole heritage people think we don't have a culture. Boy.
All right, Sean, tell me what happened.
All right. We don't fight, darling. John, earlier we got a commercial break and I see I'm in a random me they put a lot of pepper. Why? So we put pepper. Put basil. Peel it off of the thing. Lower the fire too hot.
Yeah, it's too high. Thank you.
First you want fire, now you don't want fire.
So it's not supposed to boil so much, right?
No, bruh.
It's supposed to simmer.
Simmer.
All right.
Oh. All right. So how is that?
All right, I think we're done.
My lady like ask me to recap things, but
you need to lower the fire more.
Are they lowering, bruh? Woohoo! Too much fire.
All right, so here we got over here. This doesn't look thick enough.
It's not thick enough.
This isn't the type of sahau I know.
All right, here. What happened is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sahau. I get thick, man. I can put the whole pack.
Okay.
No, you get too thick. No, I hurt you.
So this is the cassava starch.
Cassava
so what's
starch,
the farina?
Marlene Coyar. What is farina?
Farina is my favorite.
Farina. You see how much thing we got in a cassava? We got farina. We got so much things. Farina is also a porridge, John. True. Oh, and then we go. Anyway, how is it over there, John?
Ooh, it's beautiful, bro.
Marlene, they ask me no question. I worry about myself now. John, you put all the basing. Sungo bay. You look good?
You look good.
So that's a series.
Yeah. So your taste now going good.
You see how you get curdle? Why we did that on camera to show the viewers what not to do. That's the way we want to show you what not to do.
Not to do, though.
We don't want it to curdle.
Okay.
Mama garahi guan, they may cost me no, bruh. All right. How is that, Mama?
All right, now it's thickening up.
Did it get thick?
It has a little clump, but
yeah, because they put on.
I'm an inexperienced chef, so.
Well, so he momoti. We have put some salt, and that right there, bruh, look good.
Yeah.
Tastes good. All right. Like we talk about the third dish because you know how we go.
All right, so we got two going.
The world famous sahau. The world famous.
I think you have enough now.
Good?
Yeah.
All right, I just showed two easy ways to make sahau. But
so
remember,
we did, remind me again, what did we put in here?
But sahau, real authentic sahau is grated cassava with coconut. You mix water in this, you squeeze them together, right? This is cassava, this is coconut. You squeeze them and you get sahau. No, Marlene sahau, they take in
Yeah.
Namo. All right, John, pull up, man.
All right.
That's done over there, right?
Is this fever grass you have here?
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Put some fever grass in your.
All right, so we could turn this fire off, or?
Yeah, make it good. Good. All right, good. Go for that, Barbara.
All right.
All right, now it's too thick.
It's too thick now. So, what not to do?
Thick. It's okay, but.
We got to get water. We got minions for that. All right. It's always chaos, you know. Chaos.
Yeah. That's what we call it. Chaos with quilling.
Chaotic.
Chaos with quilling.
Come back, Marilyn. Come back. We talk again, man. Make we calm down and leave it again.
All right. So what we need?
I know it's too thick. I tell you, stop putting it starch.
In culinary terms, the thickening power will never be realized until it starts to boil. So we hurry this thing and then you still catch it.
All right.
Hurry, bro.
It's all water.
Yeah.
Here we go.
First we had the fire issue. Then it was Igawa.
This is a special sahau.
All right, make we talk about it. We could talk about next dish. Come, John.
Wait,
talk English, Marlene.
Yes, talk to me.
Yeah. What is that now?
What's the thing for Caribbean set to vende, boy? Au bu
amurundo.
I for you.
Agabari bay.
I for you. You for me. Au bu the way, Marlene. All right, so we got with La Susa.
Yeah.
John. The one with the
what you need? Cause you.
I the top of my third dish, man. You know what, Marlene?
Oh, he's worried because nobody to pay him attention. Sorry, Sean. Everybody on TV is watching, you know.
All right. So what do we need to do?
I feel that chaos is going there.
This is
good.
This is a Sean Quillen special.
Good
chaos. That's what I'll call that, right?
All right. So what next?
All right, Marlene. Let us make a dish called Hiyu.
All right. So let's do Hiyu.
Hiyu.
Which is?
How we gonna do Hiyu?
All right. We take sweet potato. Right? We grate sweet potato.
Okay.
We take ginger. We grate ginger. We put it in a bucket. And then you go and you see when you're making cassava bread, there's a lot of byproducts.
Yes.
Darara is one of the byproducts. Farina is one of the byproducts. This is another byproduct.
Okay.
Hiyu, these are like the fibers that when you're you know that fibers when they expel from the edges. These are they call it the bones. Cassava. Then they take it and put it on the budari and they char it.
Yeah.
And then you get a little
golden brown.
Yeah, the caramelization.
Yeah.
So this is Hiyu. And then so you take this Hiyu. You put it in a pigtail bucket. You put it in there.
Yes.
You put sweet potato.
Put her in there.
You put sugar.
Like that.
You put ginger.
Like that.
You put warm water. You left it for 5 days. It ferments into a drink called Hiyu. You left it for 14 days. It get fermented nicer. You left it for 21 days. Bachawa. You make wine. Right? Good. Finished product of Hiyu.
Is that right there that you have in that thing?
Yeah, because that's how they look. Bruh. Hiyu.
And you put it in a calabash.
In the reader.
Anybody check the soup yet?
The soup done.
The soup ready with the wet for you, but it's a honor already.
This is
Here, drink some Hiyu for me, man. Make a start your morning right. Tell me how it tastes. Describe it for me.
Okay, then you have to take over that because that's
funny. Catch it at this corner. You know when you catch it at this corner. All right. Okay, drink. Leave it more.
All right. That's Hiyu. It nice?
Yeah.
This took me all the way back to my PG days, man.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
That's the point of food.
This
culinary transportation of connotations and memory.
When we were growing up, my Uncle Martin used to make these things. May he rest in peace. And exactly, it just enrich, man. This is a we, bro. This is culture.
Describe what it is.
Ginger.
It tastes like a tea.
Nice, bruh. You got a little saltiness to it.
You got a slight saltiness to it. Ginger. Man, it just enrich, man.
Hiyu. See that?
Yes. Hiyu. My granny used to make this.
This is when Nabi would have drink before he got sing, he fixed up his throat. Then he sing like a baritone. Sing like man.
Okay, go fix this how now.
Make it sound like John Pan radio.
There's a reason you're Sean Quillen and I'm Marlene Coeur. Go ahead and fix this
Fix it. So first drink. Hiyu. Second drink. Supposed to be sahau. What kata isa? So because of the technical difficulties we've been having, the sahoga.
Are really not technical difficulties, are just Sean Quillen we are dealing with things. Yes.
All right. But because
yes, stand up for me.
Yes.
It was me, right?
That wasn't you. It was totally Sean Quillen.
None of our Marlene, you know, but because
we
the
need
fire
to
and
vote
the
on this, right?
Yeah. Stress. Anyway, we may promise to drink. Good thing we got one.
We got one. They got Hiyu.
All right. How you make gungo sahau again? Cassava, grated coconut milk, and then it's supposed to be, you know, but garahigwa. So that a gungo. I mean, sahau.
You put cinnamon. You put
We put darara, cinnamon, nutmeg, sugar.
Did we put nutmeg?
And then we could.
Yeah, we did put nutmeg in it.
And then make a plate up, man. And then we got the momote.
All right, so we got the momote.
Yeah, so momote again. Now, at this point in time, you gotta take the momote, right? Which are the king cassava, right? Go beat that to me quick.
All
king
right.
cassava, you tear it.
So you want to beat the plantain? Oh, the plantain you have over there.
Bring it, brother.
All right, just bring it, bro. You have something to walk it over.
Tongs is right there.
All right.
So now we take cassava, momot. We drop it in there, right?
Yeah, here you go.
We drop it in there.
John.
And this is momot.
John.
All right, bring it here. Bring it
here. Because we can't say tradition, I say, you know what? I bring planting just because I say, I don't want nobody cuss me say, hudut, they're not 19 and 19 and no hudut. I just bring that because I wanted to show you that yes, we got one hudut in the session.
Yeah.
All right, good. So that concludes it, you know, my lady.
Try to keep it on low.
Yes, that I put a little thing.
We get it, we get it,
and then we have concluded that. Very good.
There we go.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Smooth as how.
It's not smooth because when they hurry put the darara, you know, you see it's starch, you know, and it's like you have to make a thing called a slurry. In even Chinese cooking, you have to take the starch and dilute it in water, and it's called a slurry, and then you would do it, and then we made the hurry, I dash the thing, so that me do it,
So wait.
But because I'm learning,
hold on, let's rewind that a bit. What did you say?
I said this is beautiful.
You said this is
not as
your fault. You.
Yes, darling.
Thank you.
You want sweetened limo?
Is it sweet enough?
All right, John. John, that bring back memory to you too?
Oh, yes. Right. Every Saturday afternoon at about 12.
Oh, boy.
Inside the kitchen. Catalina Reyes, Martin Reyes. Woo-hoo.
All right, see ya. Momot. Make we plate up, John. You don't do your thing there?
Yeah, all right, so let's do the plating. What we're going to do is take a very quick break.
Yeah.
And we're going to get around to that plating. So
when you come back,
when you come back, yeah.
When you come back, look what we got.
All right, because we got a couple more dishes.
We got, see the momot, yeah? Momoti.
So we'll take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll see the final product.
Rati, marmot, hagfish, Danny. I mean, you.
We'll take a break.
Take a break. Go when you come back.
How can we support the emotional well-being of older adults during COVID-19? During the COVID-19 pandemic, and particularly while in quarantine, individuals, including older adults, may become more anxious, angry, stressed, agitated, or withdrawn, especially those who need healthcare assistance or have cognitive decline or dementia. Here are 4 strategies that can help you in supporting an older adult during this difficult time. 1. Communicate information and listen. Present with accurate, simple, and accessible information and facts about the COVID-19 outbreak, its progression, treatment, and effective strategies to prevent infection. Listen patiently to their needs and concerns. For older people with mild cognitive impairment or early stages of dementia, inform them of what is happening within their capacity and provide support to ease their anxiety and stress. 2. Promote positive mental and emotional health. Provide access to available mental health and psychosocial support services, also known as MHPSS services, for older adults and communicate when and how they can access them. Help older people keep regular routines and schedules as much as possible. You can also help them create new ones, including regular exercising, cleaning, daily chores, singing, painting, or other activities. Facilitate regular communication between older adults and their friends and families. 3. Help with medical needs. Make sure that older adults have at least up to 1 month of all the regular medicines that they may require. Explain how to use protective devices in a clear, concise way. Always be respectful and patient. 4. Assist with daily activities. Provide older people with details related to how and where they can get practical help if needed, like calling a taxi, dropping off supplies, having groceries delivered, and requesting medical care, as well as information on any locally available social support programs and services. For more information, consult the webpage of the Pan American Health Organization, www.paho.org/coronavirus.
Improving lives, delivering quality. Water for you and me. In Belize, BWS, we make it happen.
For the immediate future, our entire country's focus is to ensure that each of us take adequate measures to mitigate against the COVID-19 pandemic. We all need to ensure frequent hand washing or sanitizing, regular disinfection of surfaces, constant social distancing, and a sufficient supply of sanitizing and cleansing material. At this critical time, a reliable supply of clean potable water is of utmost importance to ensure our health and peace of mind. Water is therefore a vital necessity to help us remain free from illness and ultimately to help Belize's economic recovery. Help us to help you by paying your water bill. Our return to a healthy and vibrant economy depends on you.
Belize Water Services, delivering water and more.
Bringing people together has always been SMART's mission and passion. That is why we are proud to have built a locally independent quality network from the ground up that spans the country with over 100 sites. We continue to add more affordable mobile data packages, broadband speeds, and voice services to meet your personal and business needs. SMART has set the standard of true competition with the most competitive prices on all services offered. We invite and welcome you to join the SMART family, where the value for your dollar matters. SMART will continue bringing new technologies, more affordable prices, network expansions, and people together. SMART, bringing people together.
Is always with you, from live TV, sports, and on-demand titles. Choose your plan today. Plans start as low as $15 per month. My TV, entertainment, anytime, anywhere.
We're still in this very chaotic Sean Quillen kitchen today. I think Sean wanted to bring all the energy he
want to bring everything then. All I do is drink coffee, imagine.
Imagine.
Coffee, how about that? But I gotta say, I just had breakfast. I finished this how.
Marlene did finish everything.
And as much as I was giving you a hard time, it was still delicious, right?
So let me talk about what happened.
All right, so what do we have?
Yes, again, Garifuna culture is so beautiful. It is not only hudut, it is so much more than hudut. Hudut is just planting that we call hudut. Then you have addition tapo, bundiga, momoti, marumoti.
Right there. Eat that shortly, yeah.
Yes, and it again, it's just you put this momot, king cassava, and you dip it in a liquid. It gets soft, and then you consume that, and that's marumoti.
So, okay, let me just understand. If I dip the plantain that John just did, I ate hudut.
You ate hudut, yes.
But if I dip the cassava bread, the thicker cassava bread,
yes, momot,
then I am eating marmot.
Yes.
But it's the same.
And then if you put the banana in tapo, and if you migrate it in bundiga.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you cut up the plantain in there.
Tapo. And then if you make thicken it with flour, agula in here, thicken it. That is same thing. And if you make creole in here, Matilda.
I just want you all at home.
And if you put yellow ginger in here, takari. Yeah. And if you put ricotta in here, chachak. Another culture for you, for kikaka.
I just want our viewers to know, I'm trying to get him to help you understand, but he just get a little bit too excited.
I get excited because there's so much more, and then again we go to the dehydrated banana.
Flour,
and then you turn it into flour. You put it on the top of your roof, you know the sun hat, that George tongue. Then you take it and you beat it in here. Two cultures do that. All cultures, many cultures. Hana, Hurua. You beat it in there, and then that name Gungude. Another one porridge that will make John look so. Then they got one named Farina. Again. But make we recap the saho, right?
All right.
Saho, the traditional, authentic way is to take cassava. You see, it is starch, you know.
Yes.
Any starch will thicken a liquid. Chinese cuisine in a French, you call roux. Starch will thicken, right, bro?
Yeah.
So it's like when you mix flour with...
Flour and thicken it to thicken, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, and then so the starch of this cassava, when you squeeze it with water and coconut milk combined together, the starch is what gets thick that we call saho.
Yeah.
In this case, it got lumpy because we were trying to rush with the darara. And I even said that just to clarify, because the people at Angrega and the people at Hopkins cities, some people do it with the darara, and that's fine, but authentic.
That's the faster way.
That's the faster way.
Yeah.
Like coconut powder and coconut milk.
Yeah.
If you want to hurry, go do it home fast. You could do it with darara.
Yeah.
Traditional, authentic. This is how you do it.
Squeeze that, and then you
the
make
starch
it
gets
cook,
thick, and you sweeten it, and you put your little cinnamon and your sugar. Good.
All right. So that's one breakfast option or one drink option.
Then we go.
The other is.
Notice, but when you talk Garifuna, even Africa, everything heavy, bruh.
Yeah.
You make, things that fill you.
That's right. That's right.
Cassava. The diet of the Garifuna is seafood, coconut, cassava, plantain, nothing else.
And this is
you talk about Maya, you talk about can.
Yeah.
But you talk about everything, you talk about starch. Oh, let's talk about one more thing that I have to set straight. Everybody wants to, I love that everybody wants to promote Garifuna settlement. They are more and they want to put their menu, but then you don't eat hudut, you don't eat sere with rice, man.
No, man, no,
it's a crime.
No.
People put rice, they put potato, they put, when you come from Europe, mama potato, bro.
No potato.
We call it baruru and gungu, look here. So please, man, I still know they do it, but correct.
Don't put rice
you don't
in
eat
there.
negro with rice. You do it
turkey. I was going to tell you, I see so many people eat rice with some of the
cabbage.
Well, the cultures of Belize, every village now got tortilla factory too, so we can't fight with that. No. The bones of the cassava, the expended, when you're making the bread, the trash. You don't want to call it trash, but that the expended, everything.
Yeah, it does that. We don't mean
it's called the bone. You take this, you put it on the bodari, that the komal, right?
Komal, yeah.
And then you get the merengua. You get it charred. And in culinary terms, you get goodness and caramelization.
Yeah.
And that's where you put it in a bucket with water and sweet potato and ginger and sugar, and you leave it there. And you just made a wine. If you made it at the River Valley of Belize, you may have put cashew and sugar. You may have put blackberry, but at the River Valley, that's a Creole, they don't make wine. We in Garifuna, we make it with cassava.
Yes.
So
we have it here,
you remember how it is?
Yeah, definitely.
It brings back memory.
Yes.
Good. So we got.
Can we go to my favorite now?
Saho.
Yes, Saho.
We got Hiyu. We got Momot.
Yeah.
And then because another one say, 19th November, I never make hudut. That was a crime. I actually brought plantain with boiled
plantain. I put it over there now.
Yeah, we don't make that. So John beat it, and I would have to put a little ratio of ripe and green, because remember, when plantain green is starchy, in time the starch converts to sugars, and then it get ripe, and then that's the way I put with your rice and beans, the sweet one. And if it's starchy, you fry it into chips. So that's that. Now, because John said it was a crime to just come and make three, and in true fashion of Shankly, I never come and cook one thing yet.
So we're gonna make.
We're getting there.
Over there.
So Marlene now.
You check that out too, Ari.
Yeah. That is Momot, and that is hudut. If you subtract over there, that's Sere Lasus.
Just
good.
like that.
Now, we had a show called Great Belize Cooking with Marlene Kuyar, and we went to Sabal's Cassava Farm, which I have to pick up the lady though, because without the lady I can't get the momot, I can't get the cassava bread, I can't get anything. And we have
you introduced me to this.
Farina. My Garifuna breakfast is always rich to you. Farina. I want to tell you what a farina right now. You want to say, really? Farina is literally cassava bread, mash up in polvo.
That's it?
That?
Yes, Mamu.
That's it.
No, I want to show something right now, right? This, and I want to give my girl in April, right? Because she's a culture lady. This, if you go to Save You and Brody's and all these fancy supermarkets, and you go and you see a Quaker Oats brand, and you use that thing we call cream of wheat.
Oh my goodness!
Look boy.
That right there.
Yeah. Cream of wheat,
That's cream of wheat, indeed.
Come back and make it, man.
It makes the most delicious.
Come on, Lenny, make it for it.
Yeah.
Or John will make it.
John will make it.
John, because the last time I didn't make something come thick, so
all right.
So miliki.
I'll go miliki. All right, right here. Al?
We are put this time.
So
we know what doing, Marlene. We are take with time.
So we're gonna.
Milk,
Put it
yeah,
together?
put milk. I'll soon cut it.
All right.
You just don't put all, otherwise I have the same problem.
All right.
I love your
I'm going
blouse,
to
my
stir it
lady.
up.
You're so cultural today.
Yes, it's cultural awareness day. Caribbean Cultural Awareness
Serious?
Day.
But we
All right.
good. All right, farina. We'll take with time. We know I put a lot. When you see when the gawa, you put more. We're gonna cream it up, just like cream of wheat. Nutmeg, cinnamon.
So where
Maybe
can
that
you
sugar.
get the farina powder?
Excellent
Is
question.
it farina powder or just farina?
Farina that powder, yeah? But check it out. Our care back Jan to memory lane. Excellent question. I find this in my box. The women at Sabas Cassava Farm, my darling, they tolerate me. I tell you, I need it. I go for open, they drop it for the plane for me.
Yeah.
Watch out. They put it for James Bus for me. Taisi and the mommy. And watch out. That's a whole wonderful process right there by itself.
Yeah.
And-
you can
and-
actually do it as a tour too.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful. So wonderful. Sabas Cassava Farm, I love them lady back there. Then they do this for 30 years. They picnic, and that's just a way of life. And the amount of and this apparently to achieve this, but another one they know, but now they want to know. Beisawa. Beisawa.
Oh, yeah, wipe the kumal with
Then the sibiba, that when you take the cassava bread and you make the thing in that sibiba, then you put it for the bodari, then with the beisawa, then you turn it with the thing when they adigule.
Adigule.
Boy. Then you have Australian thing we call ruguma. And if you never know, make a big up somebody else too, because everything they make
Well, I
illustrated.
want to know what this is because this doesn't look like yours.
I just got this baby. This was made by Nori Rodriguez, the daughter of Austin Rodriguez. No, everything we just talked about there on this handmade. She took her time and she, watch your boy, watch your beautiful work, too.
Yeah.
Hannah, Egi, Greta, Egi, Hibisa, the flag. But Abba, you see what that means?
One love.
One love, but it's just wonderful, handmade by a woman, type of woman empowerment and stuff. Learn from your daddy. I already have to show everything, you know, because I always say, Marlene wake up every day beautiful and you only put on makeup to enhance. That's my job. I'm only enhancing the Garifuna culture.
So let's talk about how
I am the makeup.
Let's talk about how else we can use farina. So this is kind of just.
How you look, bro?
Oh, you look beautiful, man.
You want to leave it more?
Yeah.
Leave it more. No. See there?
Other ways you can.
But be like Marlene, tick.
Other ways you could use it?
I think just like a porridge. But maybe, oh man, you know, you're asking me a question and I'm just on the spot starting to think about it.
Like a risotto.
Yeah. Yes, this Marlene is sharp, you know. So no, again, if anything is a starch,
I don't know what you ate today.
I know you did.
But this Sean Quillen.
Lots of energy, Sean Quillen. I am the master of substitution.
Okay.
Anything when you can start in a throw that way and you buy Darara. No, I don't want guests. I don't want elder. I gone to the hospital. Suddenly my diet have to change. Suddenly now I gluten allergy. Suddenly now I have to. These things are naturally healthy. There's cassava flour.
There is, yeah.
Gluten free. You could sprinkle this by your, I don't know, granola, or fruit, with yogurt. Now you have a gluten free, you know, all kind of things.
right,
Risotto once, Marlene and I made a risotto out of.
Check this out.
Oh, so fun.
No, that look good, John. Finally we get a good son here.
Yeah.
It look like this patya, he cursed it. Cause on that side, they
Look, I turn the class, leave it, Phil. Alright, there you go, bro. There you go. There you go.
Farina is delicious.
Look at show on there right now.
Mr. John. Mr. John.
Check that out.
John, I want to taste it.
You want to taste some, man?
John, I want to taste it. John, I want to taste that.
Alright, so
John,
we can turn the fire off now?
This one blow your back.
We can turn the fire off now?
I want to give a girl in April this because this is cream of wheat.
Yeah, you know what?
Come here, darling. Come here, darling.
Observer for today, come on.
Come over.
We'll give her some.
Yes.
When you speak, I want you to speak close to my heart, just because we make the day.
Oh my God.
I love your dress, by the way.
It's got cream of wheat.
It's delicious.
Cream of wheat.
Cream of
We not
wheat.
go to shop, go eat that thing here.
This is cream
Listen,
of wheat.
we not cook with barcode. We not deal with imported. We the local. She make me nervous this morning, you know, but I make her tell the whole public that you make me nervous, darling.
That's sweet. Oh my goodness.
Culture. So, that's only 5 or 6 dishes that we can go on and on and on and on and on.
Absolutely delicious.
And then again, we got hudut over there.
Yeah, we got hudut.
You got anything you want, darling? You can care for the chef if you want, but you said the word.
You see how quickly you made her exit. All right, so you got cassava. Dipped in the sauce, that's one.
Momot.
Hudut with the plantain.
Plantain hudut.
Hiyu with the wine. Sahau.
Hiyu again.
And farina porridge.
Again, I have a big up Lori Rodriguez because she always got my back. Every time I travel for Belize, I tell her, leave one with chunku, I fit in my luggage, and this, and they always, when you walk through the airport with this, they say, Kate, okay, this is culture. They say they import redwood in other countries, but Mama, that's my job. Culture is my job. I mean, it is wonderful. I love that Marlene asked me for farina because we have it here. The Sabaz ladies always have, 15 products, byproducts of cassava bread. Cassava bread is only one.
All right.
So we could eat it with the lassos with cassava bread too if you want.
Bread, yeah.
And the hiyu. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Rich.
So with that, we are coming to an end. We did 5 recipes. The original started with 3. Thank you so much, Sean, for coming in. John doesn't want to put down the hiyu. That's just enough, right?
You're right. Put Wally brandy in it.
All right, it's been a fun morning so far. Of course, this is our way of celebrating the Garifuna culture by focusing on some of the foods. We are going to take a break now, start some sampling, and we will be back in a few. Stay tuned.
It's a fact that your credit lasts longer when using Smart. During these times, we're all trying to find ways to cut costs and save the little resources we have. With Smart, it's easy to do that. It's a fact that with Smart, your credit lasts longer. You can call Smart to Smart and Smart to Digi using your promo credit, while with the other guy, you can only call OnNet, Digi, or BTL numbers. What does this mean? You get to call any national number using your promo credit. Your promo credit is free, so that call is also free. Know your facts. Don't be tricked by the other guy. Be smart and save your dollars.
The Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
And we are back.
Just like that, like things just happen both.
Crazy in general. It's that Thursday, Friday feel, John. That's what's happening.
And you're right. You know, it's that Thursday, Friday feel. We're just having a lot of fun. And that's exactly what the culture symbolizes. Yeah. You know, we have fun and we celebrate the life. That's what we do as Garifuna people. That's what we do as a people on a whole. It was a great time. We're so thankful for the rep from NGC, Mel, to join us this morning. Thank you so very much. We learned a lot, definitely. You remember the Aubu Amurnu, which simply means I for you and you for me.
That's right.
You know,
and
so that's
And do remember that you can check the National Garifuna Council Facebook page to be able to see the festivities tonight, tomorrow, the reenactment, and also their mass. So a great way to join into the celebration.
Definitely. And if you'd like to celebrate Garifuna Settlement Day, then let's do that responsibly. Let's do it the responsible way. Simply do it right here at home with your entire family. Yes, you could cook up a storm, you could do whatever you have to do, but let's do it responsible for the fact that we are in pandemic times as well. A big thank you to Sean Quillen, that guy, man. I swear. If Sean we get selling a store.
Special edition Sean Quillen, because that was
I don't know, like seriously, but if they had sold Sean in a store, it may come with a lot of plastic bags. Kind of thing in it. And it may say batteries not included. But we did great this morning. We had the hudut, we had the farina, we had the everything. Sahau. Oh my goodness. We had momot. We had
I don't know why I can't remember that one.
Oh my goodness, we had everything this morning. Sean is a rock star.
Which you're still holding on to.
I still got mine. Sean is a rock star. It's always a nice time hanging out with him. As much as things might get chaotic, but I just the way he is.
That's just the Sean energy when it passes through.
Indeed.
But we want to say thank you to Sean for livening up our pre-Garifuna Settlement Day celebration. We do hope that you find a way to commemorate this beautiful culture and enjoy the extended weekend. That's all the time we have here.
That's all the time we have. If you've got any questions, any concerns, drop us a line at oye@channel5belize.com. You can check us out on Facebook at, what Facebook one again? Oh, yeah, at Open Your Eyes BZ, and of course on Instagram at OYE Belize. You can join us again on Monday when you open your eyes
to start your morning right. Until then, keep
your eyes, your mind,
and your hearts open. We'll see you soon. Enjoy your day and weekend, Belize.
When I hear that drum, I get up my seat when I hear that drum. I move up my feet when I hear that drum. Hear that drum. When I hear that drum, I jump to the beat when I hear that drum. I show them how feet do it to hear that drum. Time for fun. Oh,
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.